All right.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to get started. So first and foremost, the format is to jot your questions down or your suggestions for hands in the meeting chat. If you're not familiar with where the chat is, and I don't know what device you're on, but it looks like a little, I don't know what they call those, bubbles or chat bubbles. And you click on that. You can actually move it, which I didn't know until recently. You could actually, once you open the chat, you can actually move it and put it in a corner. And then if you wanted to minimize your screen to just whoever's talking, I don't know if you guys are all familiar with how to do all that with the Zoom windows. But anyway, please put it in chat. I'll try to pay attention to the YouTube comments and to the Zoom comments. So before we get started, I have a couple of things I want to go over, which I always do. So I have to go through these little motions because I want you guys all to know that I do these live stream events for several reasons. First and foremost is because I absolutely love the game. I love teaching. I love sharing my knowledge of the game with others and bringing people together through this shared passion that we have for the game. And friendships, amazing friendships are forged through this game that last lifetimes. So without, and then also I just wanted to mention, if you have anything going on in the background, you know, you think you're going to have a conversation with somebody, just be aware of the fact that whatever you're talking about is going to be recorded on this and interruptive to us as we're going through and navigating the hands. So just click on your little microphone and mute yourself. In the meantime, you could actually stay muted pretty much the whole time until we, you know, talk about things or I ask you guys to unmute. That might even make it a little bit easier. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because, like I said, I'm all about sharing my love for the game and spreading what I know to other people and helping the community grow. Now, can you see this screen here? Did I share the right screen? Do you see people playing Mahjong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So part of what I do, besides for these live stream events, is I run in-person events and tournaments and other things locally. And I also travel and do talks around the country. You know, however I can get together and create some kind of a great event, I do it. So if you ever know anybody in an area that wants to have a speaker at any organization, a JCC or otherwise, even libraries do that, and you're able to maybe get me to the right person, I'm more than willing to go ahead and contact that person and try to set something up. So next month, I'll be returning to Jacksonville, Florida, to the JCC there. Actually, it's called the JCA. I did an event there last year. It was so fabulous. I'm going to be there again this year. But I also run these tournaments here locally in the villages, and I run an annual event called MahjCon. And here you could just see, these are some vendors that were there last year. And we had speakers last year that came in from all over the country. And it was a lot of fun. This is going to be the third year that we have MahjCon. So MahjCon, Mahjong and conference kind of together is where the name of the business came from, is going to be right here in the villages. And it's a fun time. And I'm telling you, if you want to get away and take a little mini vacation with your girlfriends or with your husband, and your husband likes to hang out at the pool or go do something else for the day, there's so much to do here. It is just absolutely one of the funnest cities, I think, seriously, in the country. And I know, again, I sound like I run the city sometimes the way I talk about it. I love it. I love it here. So if you go in here, you can look at the schedule for the event. Now, I did add, I have not updated this yet, but at the suggestion of one of the attendees who's coming in from, I think, Las Vegas with some of her girlfriends, she said, can you add a Wednesday night event, maybe a mini tournament or social play? And so I am going to do that. I was able to reserve the community center for Wednesday night. And so for anybody who wants to participate in that, it's only 1.5 miles from the hotel. So hopefully whoever is going to be joining in that event can, carpool with people. We'll just have to make it work, because for Thursday and Friday, I have a shuttle taking everybody from the hotel to the community center and back. So on Thursday, the morning is all hands-on workshops, lots of fun, and just getting into the nitty-gritty of stuff. So if you are a brand new player, all the way up until you're the advanced type that thinks you have nothing else to learn, if you are, okay. God bless you, because I'm telling you, I still learn something new every day. So I am still learning and still improving my game every single day. So the first half of the day on Thursday are workshops, and I have Stacy returning with me this year. She's from New Jersey. She's going to be teaching the strategies, and it's going to be an all-level strategy workshop. I'm going to be having a navigating the Charleston workshop, and I don't have an assigned instructor yet to that. I kind of assign myself to it right now if I don't have somebody else that I feel is going to be suitable for that. Learn Siamese and 3-player Mahjong. Many people have not yet even gotten into this amazing 2-person game, and there's even Royal Siamese where you can play with 4 people. It's a lot of fun. So what I've done this year, a little differently than last year, is that I'm repeating the activities. Not all of them can repeat the way I have it, but most of them can repeat. So if you can't get to one item in the first 45 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, then you will go ahead and repeat and choose another one in the second session. And then again, in the third session, you have a choice. So there's only one thing that's in here that's slightly different, and that is a little mock tournament. It's a quick little tournament, mock meaning a fake, or a replica of what a tournament is. And it's going over the rules, table rotation, and timing, learning how to play in a timed session. So this is great for somebody who wants to segue into playing in tournaments. Lots of fun. Then we break for lunch, and in the afternoon, we have split out into 2 rooms. One of them is going to be just social play. The other one is going to be and I forgot to mention really quick before I go down there, this session here, Take Your Game to the Next Level, is Take Your Game to the Next Level online. I don't know why that online didn't end up coming out and here it got cut off, but that's going to be run by Julie from I Love Maj, which is where I play my evening. She's going to be here introducing everybody to how you can really up your game with online. And there's a lot of people that don't play or even explore playing online. And when you don't have games going on, man, it's addicting. You get up or you go to bed late and at 11 o'clock at night, there's nobody around to play Mahjong. You hop on and play. So it's a lot of fun. Okay. So going back to the afternoon, Zach is coming in from California. He's returning again to join us. He's going to be teaching Hong Kong style Mahjong. There are so many versions and they're so much fun. So you have a choice of playing in the social play or in the Hong Kong Mahjong room. Either one is fine. While these two events are going on, we have a fundraiser for Alzheimer, a silent auction for Alzheimer's. So I work on, from now until the event in October, getting people to donate beautiful items to the silent auction. The value is usually $125 and above, sometimes up to several $100 for items when they're a designer Mahjong set. I had, oh my God, I think we had 15 incredible items last year, and we raised quite a bit of money for Alzheimer's, and they are my go-to. I love all the different fundraisers, but they are my go-to choice because I had dear ones, loved ones that were afflicted, and currently have a loved one that is battling this disease, but they are making big strides. If any of you follow it, the new medications coming out are incredible. Okay, so then the next day, we have a full day of Mahjong. You enter into the tournament or you play socially, and it's your choice, no pressure which way you want to do it. The only difference is when you go into ticketing, if you choose to do the tournament, it's more money because you will be eligible for cash prizes. Ticketing is on every page. You can't miss it. Buy tickets. I'll just show you real quickly. I just thought of something. This is all of the information about the event, and I just thought of something like I usually do in the middle of the night when I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I got to make a change. I'm going to turn this into a bulleted list because I feel like this is too much to read. So I'm going to change this, but nonetheless, this is all about it. And the ticketing right now includes 2 nights of hotel stay at the Brownwood Hotel and Spa, which is an absolutely gorgeous hotel. It's only been open for a couple of years. It's beautiful. And I have different bundled pricing. If you are a commuter, I have a pricing here within 30 miles. And then I have single and double occupancies if you're only playing in the social games. Again, commuter, single, double occupancy if you're playing in the tournament. I have a donor ticket add-on for attendee and non-attendee. I just separate them out into 2 so I know who's donated. And this is just an add-on if you wish to donate and help support MahjCon financially. There's no pressure about it, but I do have people that do that. So I keep that in there. And then on Friday, I have a game day only ticket. So if you don't want to come to the full event, you could join in and come and have a full day of breakfast, lunch, and play socially or enter into the tournament.
Nice.
Now, if you want to extend your stay, if you want to come in on Wednesday and you're coming in early, which you kind of have to do, you would need to book a room for Wednesday or any additional days other than Thursday and Friday night. I could have put another day in the ticketing, but I kind of feel like sometimes people look at the ticketing and they don't see the true value in it. And I thought it might be easier to price it with 2 nights rather than putting in 3 nights. It was just a choice I made. I don't know. Maybe next year I'll change it up. But here's where you would book extended days. Goes right to the hotel's calendar. Okay. Now let's get out of here and go to this website real quick. The player database, a lot of you know about it. I've been pitching it every week. I still would love for more of you to give me your name, city, state, and zip code, and I'll add you to the player database. This is a way for people to come in and look for you by state or by city. It's very searchable, very user friendly. If you have internet email set up, you could click right on someone's mail and reach out to them, but it's got to grow. I currently don't have, I have like, maybe over 100, a little over 100 people. This needs to get up to thousands. So if you're not a part of it, please hit the contact us button here and put in your name, your email, and in the message, city, state, and zip. If you connect through here at the home page at the bottom, which many, many people do. And by the way, there's a video here. You could watch it, the little video about MahjCon, a trailer. It gives you a little bit of information, and there's a lot of links of things to do in the area. But if you come down here, this is our mailing list, which is separate. So you might want to join our mailing list if you're not on it. But keep in mind that this does not get you in the player database, because all this gives me is your name and email and your phone number if you want to put it in. Okay, so again, please, if you have not gotten into the database, please do so. It just is going to help people connect with each other, and that is my goal. Last but not least is Majpedia. Fun place. Bookmark it on your phone. If you carry a tablet with you, bookmark it on your tablet. I think every rule, and even the ones that are not in the book, that have been put into bulletins and letters to players are in here. You find one that's missing, let me know. I might have found one today that I actually wrote to the league on that I might not have put in here. Let me search right now and see if I did. It was on Joker Exchange. Somebody asked a question in my group. Let's see. Commitment, etiquette. No, Jokers after declaring Joker Exchange is optional. While calling, I think, I don't think it's in here. So I have to add an article because I don't think any of these are in here. And the question was, somebody has an exposure up on their rack. Let's say it's 4-6 crack, and there's a joker up there. And after the player starts their turn and picks their tile, they see that they can exchange the joker. And they hand the joker to the person who's got the exposure, put it down amongst their other 6 cracks, hand the joker to the player receiving the joker exchange, and the game continues on. A little while later, or it could even be right after, it doesn't matter, somebody says to the player who's got the exposure up there, your hand is dead. And she's like, what do you mean? She says, well, you've got 3 6 cracks up there and a 5 crack. Oh my God, she said, I never saw that. Okay, so the question was, who's responsible? Who gets penalized for that? It is not in the rule book, but I did get it in writing in 2022. So the person who is receiving the joker is responsible to make sure that they're receiving the correct tile. If not, and they are called dead, they're dead. And the lucky person who was able to, I don't think I don't think it was like a intentional, I'm going to try to get away with this. I think it was an honest mistake. But the player who did make that honest mistake was lucky enough to get the joker, and they get to keep the joker. Does everybody get that? What I just said? Okay, so I have to put that in here and add that article because I do not think it's in here, which is amazing. But again, if you find something that's not in here, please let me know. If you find something that's titled a way that you think is confusing and you have a suggestion, send it along. I have people do that all the time. I am all for making things easier and improving. Okay, I think we're done on this website, other than the fact that, guys, I'd love you to join us for MajCon 2023. There's nothing like meeting everybody in person and being able to give a hug. So come and support me and be a part of it. I'd love to have you guys. All right, here we go. I love Maj, my favorite place to play. I spend a lot of time here, and there are some wonderful, when you go in here to the game launch pad, there's the exercise rooms. For those of you who've been with me every week, you already know about this, but some of you that are new tonight may not know about it. So this make a hand it's a very simple exercise, but it's a very important exercise if you're new at the game or if you're wanting to learn the new card when it comes out, because all it does is goes through the entire card, starting from the 2022 section and goes right down all the way through every hand, and you get to practice making it. And I don't know about you, but when I was in school and I was studying, if I wrote down what I was studying, somehow it helped me. It helped my brain learn. I'm not one of these people that can just read something and remember it. So this is a really great exercise. And it's simple. You just would go flower, flower, and then green, green, green. Let's put a joker in there. And then 2, 0, 2, 2. We could even try it with a joker and see what happens. Let's see what happens, what it does to us. And then the reds. Let's see what this game does to us when I've used a joker in the single grouping here. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh, look at that. Using a joker for a pair or a single. So then you could just go in and try again, click it out, click that in. I think you can move them around. And then congratulations, you matched. So this is a wonderful, wonderful exercise to work on when you get the new cards in. Charleston practice is again another fun exercise, and you could repeat the same hand after and make different choices, so you don't have to go to different hands, but it's the same thing. I'm not going to go through the whole entire Charleston, but you would go through and pick and then see what you end up with. You know, if you end up with 3 tiles or less after the Charleston, that's really good. Now, that's not an indication that you're going to win. You have better chances at winning. But I've also been 5 or 6 away and just been lucky getting jokers and ended up winning. So there's no really, the statistics are not really proven. Anyway, this is a fun thing. Whoops. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to leave the site. What am I doing here? How come? Oh, and this is also, well, if you do reveal suggested hands, why? I don't know. I'm going to go back out here instead of, well, I guess I could leave there. Okay, and then there's the what's this hand? And this is great as well, because this helps you practice learning what other people are playing. So this is somebody else's exposure. This is an opponent's exposure. And now you have to figure out which hand it is. Well, we've got 5 exposures here. So that's going to tell us right away that it's a quint. And then it wants you to pick which one it is. So you pick that one. So you'd pick as many possibilities that the exposure can be. Sometimes it's more than 1. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 if there's only 2 up. But you want to pick as many as you can and then validate. And you go on, do the next hand. So sometimes it's going to be only 2 exposures, but this one's another quint, which is weird. Okay, all right, let's start to play. Let's have fun. We're going to play with our bots. These bots are tough competitors. I've been doing the advanced bots because I want to really get my my most for having to try to use my head here. And you can go ahead and, oh, you know what? Somebody else said to me, let me just do this. Somebody else wanted me to ask you guys your opinions. I'm going to look at the chat window and have you give the opinion. So the tiles are the large print, okay? I'm going to show you what it looks like. The large does not have 6 of the BAMs on it. It only has 1 BAM. The 8 dot only has 1 dot. I've been using the large print, but somebody private messaged me and said, I prefer the standard. So I'm going to go ahead and go out of here. How do I get out of here? I never know how to get out. I guess I'll just close it and go back here. Launch game. So I am going to show you what the other tiles look like, and then I want you to let me know. Where's Charleston? I don't see a huge difference in the size. To be honest, I think these are pretty big as well. Do you see any difference? If anybody sees any difference, let me know. Because if not, I'm going to stay with this. It's more real because of the fact that it has all the BAMs design on it and the dots and all that stuff. Okay. All right. So I hope I kept the advanced play. All right, so I'm sorting them by suit, which is always a great way to start out when you're organizing your hand in the very beginning, but it doesn't stay that way very long. And when I'm playing, the first thing I do is I look to see if I have any duplicates. And if I have any duplicates or triplicates, so that would be pairs or pungs. I don't know how many times I've started with a conga something, but I have a pair of 3s, I have a pair of 9s, and so I would put them here and then start to build around this. Well, 3s and 9s happen to be very nicely matched for our 3, 6, 9 category on the right-hand side, second section. So I have a 6. Well, I'm going to take my 6 and put it in there too. Now, what else could we build around that and keep? Well, we also maybe 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 could be a possibility. And so I do have a 5 crack. So I will throw that in there. And let me see here. Okay. I'll throw that in there. And then what else might I possibly keep here? Do I want to keep this other 3 because of the 3, 6, 9 and this other 9? Probably so. Probably so. I don't feel really strong about the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, but I'll keep it just in case. You never know. Do I want to keep the 7 and the 9 for the 7 as well? Probably not. Do I need the north and the east, the winds, for any reason? No. Not feeling real bubbly about them either at this point. Sometimes if I start out with 3 of them, I'll consider keeping them, hanging on to them if there's something else that might work. Because we do have like numbers as well with the 9s. So I like the idea of keeping that for 3, 6, 9 as well as possibly, but again, I'd have to give up the 3 cracks if I were to go with like numbers. So chances are I'm not going to do that. But if I had like numbers, maybe I would consider hanging on to the north and the east to see if I got some in. But since I'm not feeling it for them right now, I'm going to go ahead and make the best pass that I can pass. Now, the best pass you do if you can do it. what is the best pass? Mixing up your suits, trying not to pass things that are all in the same category, if you can. And I stress if you can, because that's not always possible. Sometimes you just don't want to give up what you have, or even can't give it up. It doesn't even make sense to give it up, and you just pass what you have. So what? You say to the person, nice pass, and then they get it and they say, yeah, you missed me all around. So they gave you some great information to let you know that all three of those tiles are nothing that they're playing with. So you could plant that in your brain and use it. But nonetheless, maybe it's a little bit of a strategic move if you say that, to see what kind of a reaction. Also, you might want to pay attention to what they do put in their rack. I've seen people take all three and put them in there. Now, you could do a decoy thing like I might do and take them and put them in my rack, throw people off and make them think I did use them all, and then take the same ones and pass them on. But those are all kinds of fun, advanced things that you could do as you get more comfortable with the game. So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to take an East, a 4 crack, and a 7 bam. That's a smart pass because I can do it. Period. The end. I can do it. Easy enough. So we're going to say goodbye. And now I happen to get in another 9 crack. Very pretty. I love that. And I even got another 3 in. So now I have a north and a south and a 2 bam. I don't love to pass 2 winds together. So then I have to consider, well, why would I end up keeping, the 3 dot necessarily? If you look at the 3, 6, 9 family, we could talk about what I might need there. Well, I know for sure if I were to keep the 3 and the 9 bam and the 3, 6, 9 crack, I might move this out of here right now. That I could do the bottom concealed hand easily coming in. I'm missing stuff, but it could come in. I've got a good amount for that. I could do the second from the bottom. If I keep the 3s and 9s, I can use either the 3s or the 9s for that second suit, for the second from the bottom. And by the way, I know that I have a fairly new player with me tonight, so I do want to mention something that was mentioned to me with confusion of the colors on the card and all. The colors on the card just indicate that you need a different suit. So if you're a newer player with me tonight, it doesn't match a suit, the color. It just tells you how many suits you can use in that hand. So for that 3, 6, 9 on the bottom, if I wanted to use dots for the other suit, I could, regardless of the fact that they're showing green and red there. Okay, so I'm going to keep the 3 dot because I still waiting how I got this invite. I have many interested. Oh, okay, good, Lori. I don't know. If somebody wants to send me a email, I could shoot them the link, or they could go to the MahjCon Facebook group, MahjCon, and click on the link to join in. Okay, so I'm not going to keep the 5 crack because these tiles are telling me I'm going to be working in 3, 6, 9. They are speaking to me, okay? And so I'm going to, instead of passing a north and a south and a tile, I'm going to break it up, and I am going to pass a south, a 2, and a 5, and keep the 3 just because I can right now. Not that I'm necessarily going to need it, but it's one more option if I were to choose. Okay, so now I have another 9 bam that came in. And of course, I still got a lot of choices in my 3, 6, 9 category, but now I have a north, a west, and a north. So I am now getting a very good feeling that not one of these players is keeping wins. I've given, I've gotten, I've given, I've gotten 3 passes so far. I'm now on, well, first right across. This is the 3rd pass. So I don't think that anybody's playing it, but I don't want to take a chance. I don't think I need to keep that 3 for any reason at all, based on anything I might do or change up with any of these hands. Because if I do play the second hand from the bottom, which is fabulous right there, of course, I know I need flowers. Some of you might be looking at this and be thinking, wait a minute, you need flowers. What are you doing? You can't play that hand. Well, of course I can. I can get a flower. I got tons of tiles to pick from. We got a whole game to play. If something happens and I don't pick flowers, I pop into another 3-6-9 hand that doesn't need a pair of flowers. Very easy, no big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this. But I am going to have to give 2 wins in this case because I do not want to get rid of my 3 bam in case somehow that bottom concealed hand comes in. I would love to get that hand. It's a pretty hand. I'm going to go ahead and give this. I'm going to pray that this person that I'm giving this first left to is not the one who's going to end up keeping all the wins. So we just say a little prayer and we say, goodbye. All right, I didn't get any wins. Ooh, that's not good. It is good in a way because I don't have to pass any wins now to the same player that I just passed 2 wins to. So in a way, I'm kind of happy about that, right? All right, so anything here that I would want to keep and change up? No, I've really got strong family going on with these 3-6-9 tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say continue. Another thing people ask me all the time, if you have 3 tiles to pass, write this down if you don't know this. If you have 3 tiles to pass, you continue the Charleston. There is no reason to prevent yourself from getting 3, 6, 9. And if you had 3 to pass in the chart in the optional, 12 additional tiles to look at that you could get. You do not stop it unless you do not have 3 tiles to pass. Okay, so we go on. It's a pretty pass. 7-8 consecutive runs. 7-8 right there. Okay, Kurt, good luck with my beautiful pass that I'm giving you. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I got in a 6 dot. That's interesting because that's new. I got in a red. That's interesting because there is a hand under 3-6-9 that has the matching dragon. Lovely, lovely. Well, I kind of like to keep that. Hold on to that a little bit. Why not? So I'm going to go ahead now, since I'm now passing to Annie, and I'll pass a north. Now, Kurt could have given her a lot of wins, and she could now be keeping them. I always love to see what happens with all that. I'll get rid of the 5 dot, and I'll get rid of the 6 dot. No reason, I don't think, to hold on to it at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, Lori said, sorry, gotta go. Okay, bye, Lori. Thanks for dropping by. All right, whoa, we got the 3 dot back. That was in my hand real early on. As you get better and stronger at playing the game and not have to think about so many things about your own hand and the card, you'll start to strengthen remembering what you give out and get in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pass these 3 for my second right. Let's see what happens.
Courtesy pass.
Look at that. Wow. Holy, holy, holy. Okay, so obviously, if I played that concealed hand, I don't need that tile, but I need 2 flowers. But look at how nice this hand looks. It's so pretty. Chances are the red is probably not going to be my go-to, because if I did end up not being able to play that bottom concealed hand, I might switch into an easier hand, such as the first hand on the card, which is the 2 suit pong pong kong kong 3 6 6 9, because I've got a lot of that going on there. But nonetheless, I don't need to get rid of it. I can get rid of, oh, look at that. We can't get rid of that. I don't want to screw that up. I can do 2 tiles here, and if I wanted to keep the red, just to see what happens, or maybe I will. So I'll do 2. And I got back 2 wins. So again, that's kind of telling me that maybe nobody's playing them. We're going to know, because everybody dumps their wins early on usually. All right, so I am east. So I'm going to start dumping my wins, and then we'll just not pick a hand at this point. You don't pick a hand until you run out of discards. So we just pick and discard. And I always throw the freshest tiles out first, ones that have not been seen or on the table. People aren't set up early. So, you know, the earlier you get things out, the harder it is for people to use those tiles.
West. So.
Oh, now that's very interesting, isn't it? Wow.
North. 8 dots.
I don't think I've seen 3 soaps in a row like that.
North.
So these very smart advanced bots kept their soaps and discarded them instead of passing them in the Charleston, which is a very smart move.
3 dots.
There's our 3 dot. All right, there's 2 7 dots, which I don't need, but I'm going to hold that red for just a little bit longer. So I'll start dumping this.
North.
There's another north.
Crack. 2 bam.
And there's a green. I'm not going to keep that green, so I'll go ahead and get rid of that.
Green. 3 bam.
And there's a 3 bam. I wouldn't need that for that concealed hand because it only needs a single.
3 dots.
So I don't have to make a decision. There's another 3 dot. Okay, that's
7 dots.
going to go.
West. 9 dots.
I don't have to think much about what I'm discarding at this point. We're early in the game, and we just go ahead and get things out. I'm probably not going to be using this guy at all, and so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I don't think there's any reason for me to hang on to that 6 dot at this point.
2 bam. South. 9 dots.
And I'll just keep getting out these new tiles.
3 dots.
And it looks like nobody is playing with wins. If there's already 2 north out, 2 west out, a set with an east. So I don't think so.
5 bam. 6 dots. 8 bam. East.
There's another wind.
7 dots.
Wow. 5
bam. 1 dot. 5 crack.
So I'm just picking and discarding. Now I have to pay attention a little bit, but with 1 exposure, it's very difficult to tell what he's doing.
1 dot. 1 bam.
And I am probably going to escalate this in a bit in case he is playing 2, 3, 4, 5 with the matching dragons, but he could be playing 4, 5, 6, 7 in 1 suit or 2 suit, 5, 6, 7, 8 in 1 suit or 2 suit. So many things.
6 dots. 1 dot. 2 crack. 2 dots.
So I haven't had to make a big decision yet, which is kind of nice, but I will have to soon.
1 crack. Call. 3 bam.
All right, now we have 1 cracks up, and there's 1 crack for Joker exchange. And another 3 bam went up, but I am not going to do anything with that 3 bam at this point. I'm going to hit ignore because I'm not going to commit to any hand that would require me to call the 3 bam at this point.
East. 6 bam.
And there's 1 6 bam. So now I have 2 more shots at getting a 6 bam in my hand, unless we're ready to Mahjong for that pair for the concealed hand. So that hand may go bye-bye, but we're going to keep an eye on it.
South. South.
So wins were not an issue.
8 bam. 6 bam.
All right, 1 more shot at that concealed hand.
9 bam.
All right, so now I'd have to ask myself the question, do I want to, this is how I asked myself, do you want to bail on that bottom hand, Debbie? And if you want to bail, can you call this right now? So what hand would let's see what hand I could possibly do. Pretty coming in kind of late. 3 6 6 9, 2 suits, first line on the card under 3 6 9. If I were to call that, it's very weak. Giving up my Joker to call the 9 bams as a Kwong, I would still need 2 more 6 bams to cover that to call it. I need another 6 crack to cover that to call it. It's kind of weak. So let's see what else would look good. Whoops. If I were to call it for the second hand from the bottom, it needs a pair of flowers, and then I'm committing to the 4 9 bams right now. Would I want to do that? Probably not at this point. Now, this is one of the biggest hurdles for newer players, is jumping in and calling as soon as a tile goes out and you could call it. But I don't consider this hand formed enough yet for me to make that commitment and get myself into that particular hand. Now, of course, the 9 bam could be used for the second hand from the bottom, and it could be used for the first hand at the top. But nonetheless, I'm going to hold on. And hopefully, if I get another good pick in and that other 9 bam comes out at some point, I'll be able to make a better decision. But I'm not going to just jump right now and bail on that bottom concealed hand. I'm just going to hold strong. I like to take these kind of risks. I don't need to like jump into something so quickly. So I'm going to say no.
Jeez.
Right now.
2 bam.
And that's exactly what I like to happen. It helped me get 1 more tile in. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the red because I got no more in. Amistad over here might be playing with this. So let me go ahead and get it out.
East.
But he didn't call it.
West.
Obviously, nobody played the wins. Okay, now I have to make a decision. Now I have to really think about it. Would I want to call this 9 bam, or let's just see how many we have both ways. All right, so 3 6 6 9. If I call it with this, that gets me 1 tile closer to the 6 bam. If I call it, I could play either the second hand from the bottom, but I have those 3 9 cracks, which is kind of like, let's see how this looks here. 3 6 9, and let's do the 3s. I'm sorry, the 9s. For that second hand from the bottom, 3 6 9. So now if I call that tile, it would be for a pung, not for a Kwong, and I need flowers. So this is really, really, this is a dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Phyllis, I'm wanting you to chime in now. What would you do, Phyllis? There's a lot of decision making here, right? I mean, one more 6 bam goes out, the concealed hand is gone. So
Yeah, I
now
would call it for the Kong because you have so many more cracks than you do, and unfortunately, you don't have the flowers.
right. So so you're saying do it like this, right?
Yeah, correct.
3, 6 with the 6 and the 9. And then if I do get, what the heck is this going on? And then if I do get
3, 6, 9. That one.
flowers, I can play this hand. Or if I don't get flowers, pop into that first hand. Right?
Yeah,
First hand would be a backup if I don't
I
get
know, but-
flowers.
2, 6, at least 2 6 bams are out.
Right.
Yeah, just 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And also that second hand from the bottom also needs a pair of 6s. So we're taking a risk at this point, but now I have to make a decision. I was able to let that other one go, but now I'm going to call that as a Kong of 9 bams. That gives me some more flexibility to be able to pop into the first hand if I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. And here we go. And then also what's kind of cool is that nobody can take my joker because it's not available.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so
Call.
that's kind of a good thing too. All right, so we'll go ahead and get out our 7 bams. Let's see if Amistad is playing with these.
7 bam. 4 bam.
Not yet. Maybe he is. Who knows? Could be 5, 7, 7, 9. He could be playing so much right now, but I don't know that it would be 5, 7, 7, 9 because so many 7 dots are out and 9 dots. And I have the 9 cracks. So yeah, I don't think he's doing that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ignore this.
7 dot.
Here's another 7 dot
So
and the fourth one of those. Let's see.
4 crack. 2 bam.
Nope.
South. 4 bam.
Okay. Now I am not using 3, 6, 6, 9. No, I'm not using the 3 bam. There's 1 3 bam in the first row, and that's it. So I'm actually going to get the 3 bam out now. I want to escalate that and get that out.
3 bam. 7 dot.
And the fourth 7 dot.
8 crack. Call. 3 dot.
Okay, so now we know what Amistad's doing. 5, 6, 7, 8 in one suit, consecutive run, line number 5 on the left side of that line.
Mhm.
That's what he's doing, and he's got 8 cracks up. Let's see, do we have 8 cracks available? It looks like we have 2. He must be full of jokers.
7 bam. Red.
Oh, okay. In real life, we say, Amistad, may I have your joker, please? And we hand that 8 crack to that player and let them give us their joker. Do not touch anybody else's tiles. And Amistad is going to be so great because he's going to verify I'm not giving him
Joker swap.
some other tiles. So he doesn't want to get called dead. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 4 bam.
4 bam.
But you really didn't need that joker because the
Only if I have to switch out into 3, 6, 6, 9, right?
yeah, right.
So and it's kind of
Yeah.
nice because what if someone else, at least I'm preventing. Well, actually, there's still 1 more available no matter what. So
Right.
if I didn't use it, there is still 1 more. So it's not like I'm protecting somebody, but just in case. It's also a safe tile. It also gives me a safe tile, so it's kind of nice to have it anyway. And I'm not making him jokerless. Hopefully nobody else will.
Right.
And if I get an 8 crack, will I take it? Probably. Unless he has 3 exposures in it and the other exposure has no jokers. All right, ignore.
9 dot. 2 dot.
Oh,
West.
don't need that, baby.
Green. North. Joker swap. 3 crack.
Oh, I wanted that. Okay, so here's our dilemma. All right, if we call that 3 crack for the pung for the second hand from the bottom, I still have to get 6 cracks. And guess what? What is Amistad playing?
Run.
Did everybody know that these bots are, their names are play on words?
Yeah.
Every one of them. Amistad is card, Annie the Joker, and Kurt Sipass. Try to figure out what it's saying. It's very cute. So Amistad is playing my 6 cracks. So I, no matter what, can call this, because whether I play the first hand or the second from the bottom, if for some reason he doesn't have all 3 6 cracks, I still could be lucky to get it, but I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it as a pung 3 for either the first or the second from the bottom. And now we have to actually make the decision. We have to play one or the other, right? So 3, 6. All right. I only need 1 good tile more to cover the first hand. At this point, between the first hand and the second from the bottom, my best bet is the first hand, because there are no pairs in that, right, Phyllis? So
Because
yeah,
you don't have any flowers.
exactly. I've not seen 1 flower, and there are 22 tiles left. Now, of course, you know, as soon as we say this, what's going to happen?
Flowers are going to come down.
We're going to get flowers. But nonetheless, I am going to go ahead. So 3, it's actually 3, 6, 6, 9, like this. 3, 6, 6, 9.
Get rid of the non-crack.
I have to get rid of the 9 cracks. Correct. All right, there they go. Now, I'm not so unhappy about this turn of events, because I've got 3 9 cracks that are fairly safe tiles at this juncture of the game. So if worse comes to worse and I had to break up my hand, I've got safe tiles to throw. So I'm happy about that. Well, I have jokers too, but okay.
9 crack. 1 bam. 3 crack.
Okay, that was
4
the
dot.
and 8. Do I have to worry about the 8 at all? There's only 1 8 out. Okay, I'm going to take a chance. It's kind of late in the game, but it could be Annie's Mah Jongg, but I'm still going to hang in there. I still, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16. I have 4 picks left.
Right.
Get rid of the 9.
Yeah, if I get rid of the 9, then I'm pretty much saying I'm going to break up my hand, because if I wait any longer and Annie's using those 8s, she could be ready to Maj. So I would be more apt to take the chance and get rid of the 8 if I want the chance and the shot at making Mahjong. I know that's a hard concept, but seriously, if I don't throw the 8 now, I might as well never throw it and just play defensively, because 1 more pick, she could pick the next tile she picks, could be a joker if she can't call it now. So I'm going to take a deep breath and throw it. Goodbye.
8 dots. 1 bam.
Thank you.
Wow.
I got away with it.
8 dots.
Wow.
3 bam.
Okay. Oh my God.
There it is.
I have 3 picks left, and this is not the time to throw a flower. not the time to throw a flower at all. So I have to be smart at this point. Let's see, because Kurt could be playing like numbers with the 3 pungs of flowers. Annie could be waiting on 1 flower.
The 9
This is
crack.
where you don't throw a flower. You don't throw a flower with 14 tiles left. Okay, so yeah, I'm a little sad.
9 crack, 6 bam,
Look at that. Wow. Yeah, I know. And there's no flowers out. See, I can't even account for we know everybody's, except for Amistad, Annie and Kurt have flowers. So I'm not going to call it and put up a joker. Let me see. Well, if I put up a joker with it, I still can throw the 9 crack just to see what happens.
Yes,
There's
two are
2
gone.
6 bams on the table, so nobody can
Mhm.
grab the jokers. So this would be a
There's
situation.
2
where I could-
out. 2
What?
6 bams out.
Yeah, there's 2 out, so I could safely call it and throw the 9 crack just to
Right.
see what happens. Okay, I'll do that, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to throw the flower. So it will be a
Oh.
Kong.
9 crack, 8 bam, 9 crack,
Wow.
joker,
See, now they're playing defensively.
No.
And look at that. It's a shame. It really, really is a shame. But Phyllis, would you throw that flower out at this
No,
point?
I would
No.
not. No.
No.
I would not.
Either. Okay, so I'm happy you all agree.
joker, 4 dot,
It'll be interesting to see what they're all playing.
joker,
All right, there's 4 of those out, and let's see what's safer. 6 he needs, so we can't throw the 6th. Okay, so
red,
the red
2 dot,
and ignore.
flower,
Oh,
Oh my
what?
God.
Oh, you know why? Because they threw jokers out. They broke their hand up.
joker,
That's
No.
why they broke their hand up at that point on that last joker throw.
Right. Right.
So I have to throw out
Got.
the 8.
8
Fine.
dot,
Yeah.
2 dot, wall game,
We're done. Okay, so let's see. So 5, 6, 7, 8 for Amistad, and he had the 1 joker. He did have 2 because I took 1. Consecutive run, line 4, and it tells you the line, which is nice for Annie. 4, 5 crack, 4, 5 dot with the opposite dragons. Boy, he was far away. I know he dumped a couple of jokers, but he still was far away. And then any like numbers for Kurt, line 1, he broke up his hand. Oh, interesting. Okay, it tells you who broke up their hand. So probably was Kurt who ended up throwing a flower. Any like numbers? Yeah. Interesting. Well, okay. Didn't win, but it was played, I think, the way it should have been played.
Exactly.
Okay. So you don't always have to win. It is as important to play defensively as it is to win. So remember that when you're playing, especially when you play in person and you're playing for money. Because if you make you make a move that just doesn't make sense, online it's a little different because you're not playing for money, so you could take more chances, but then you get into kind of bad habits. But in person, if you make a mistake, everybody else pays for it too. And I think that's important to remember. So let's start another game. All righty, we got 2 jokers to start, which is nice, right? And we've got a pair of 4 dots and a pair of 7 bams. So in this particular case, I see something right away that I know I could do with 4 dots and 7 bams. Everybody else see that?
4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 suits.
And 2 suits, 4, 5 dot, 6, 7 bam in 2 suits, which would be the 5th line down under consecutive run. Now, you don't always pick hands in the beginning, but with the consecutive run category, very often the numbers kind of fall that way, where you can see right from the beginning those runs, not usually the other sections. So we have that. That's a possibility there. We also have 2, 3, 4 with the
Right.
matching dragon, and that's another consecutive run hand, second from the bottom. Very many times the tiles come in one way and I end up having to dump my, my pairs or my pungs, like you saw in that last game we had to do. Not a big deal. You can't sometimes dictate what tiles are going to come in. So nonetheless, we can get rid of the east and we'll mix this up here to see what we want. I mean, I could even keep the 7 if I wanted to for potentially like numbers and pass this and this right now. I could do that. Just to keep it and see if maybe the like numbers category, bottom category on the first panel of the card. So I'll do that. Let's see what happens. Well, and I got another 7. So, now, I could be saying to myself, oh, look at the second hand down under like numbers. I got 2 jokers. I mean, you never know. That could happen. I got a lot there, but it's a little bit risky because I need pairs. So it wouldn't be my go-to. I would more than likely. This one also has 2 pairs.
Right.
And a conga of flowers, but I still have more options in the 2, 3, 4 run or the 4, 5, 6, 7 than to bank on that second hand down under any like numbers. The runs gives me more flexibility. It happens to be the most flexible category on the card. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and I'll do the 7 dot,
Right.
4, 5, 6, 7,
That's
just to
what
try
I
to,
would
to make it a better pass. Not that 1 and 2 crack is such a great pass, but it is what it is. Okay, nothing came. Oh, I got a 2.
do.
So that gives me even a little bit of a stronger second hand from the bottom under consecutive run. That's nice. Okay, so I can still, I don't want to get stuck passing a pair, so let me think this through. So first left is going out. If I were to get in 3 tiles, I'd have to pass a pair, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I should be safe here. So first left is going out, 7, 8, 9. That's a beautiful pass, Kurt, if you can use it.
It's a whole hand.
Exactly, a whole hand. Okay, so can we pass? Absolutely. I've got 3 tiles to get rid of here. So I'm doing continue.
Second Charleston.
I don't care that there are 2 wins here at this point. We're at the second Charleston. Bye-bye. Look at that.
Wow.
Wow is right. Now I'm on the across and I can break up my 7 and not worry about that. So still a nice pass. And I'm giving a new tile at the end, but I will get rid of that 7.
Where's he going with it? He should be walking around.
So if whoever's talking can mute the, just do a mute until, till you're done background talking. Okay. Because I don't know who it is. I can't tell by these little tiny photos or I would mute. Okay. So second right
Which one?
here.
Shall courtesy pass.
And I'm going to go ahead and do these 3. And it looks like our hand is kind of set for us here. Now, it could change out to something else. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, which would be pung, pung, kong, kong in all dots. Fifth hand down on the left side. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5. If I end up getting those in, and soaps don't come my way and flowers don't come my way, it could all change. Whoever is talking in the background, would you just kindly hit your little microphone button, please? I'd so appreciate it. Thank you. Ignore. Okay.
Flower. 5 crack.
Yeah, so if we don't get any flowers or any more soaps or somebody else is playing with them. All right, now I'm going to escalate my 7 BM. I gave a 7 BM out. So if somebody needs that and they kept it, I get this out now, it makes it a little bit harder for them. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it.
7 down.
Oh, maybe they didn't need it.
Flower.
That's okay. 2 flowers out. And let's see, 2, 1, 3, 4. I just want to make sure there's nothing, no reason why I keep this here for any reason, but I'm going to get rid of the red right now.
Red. 1 bam. Flower.
3rd flower out.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I was right.
9 crack.
None went out that last hand at all.
2 crack. 1 dot. So
Okay, so there's 1 soap here, and there are still 2 more in the wall. If I call that, I'm very weak, and there's already 3 flowers out. So I need to preserve those jokers if I might want to play that second hand from the bottom. I'm not going to commit myself to this. Again, I know it's one of those hardest things when you are a newer player and you want to call, but I'm not going to block myself into this hand yet.
east.
Okay, I'm going to hold that for
8
now.
bam. 6 dot. Call. 5 dot.
Okay, so we have a 6 dot for joker exchange, possibly.
6 bam. Green.
I'm just keeping that for a little bit. We're going to have to
6 bam.
make, the reason I kept the 3 and 4 crack originally was to, you know, maybe possibly if I had a choice to bump into a 2 suit run type of thing. But, you know, I'm still stronger here no matter what. Now I got the 1 dot, which gives me that opportunity to play 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm in a good spot there because I can call the 3 dot and 4 dot. And I only need 1 more good pick for the 1 dot to make that call for that 1 dot. So, you know, so that's kind of nice. So I'm probably not going to keep the 3 and 4 crack, but I did it just for the heck of it. Okay, ignore.
8 bam.
All right, so there's a flower. So I'll start getting rid of these 3s and 4s here and keep everything else right now. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a soap or another flower and I'll be really in good shape. I'm not in bad shape right now anyway for that. I really just need 1 good pick, actually. I don't like the idea of doing this and calling a flower. That would not be my bubbly, feel-good choice. Whoops, I hate when that happens here. I could call the 4 dot. I need 1 to cover to call this. 1's out already. But I would hate to do this if somebody's playing flowers. Boy, would I hate to do that. So let's just see what happens. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 3 crack because it's my discard.
3 crack. 3 crack. 8 dot. 5 dot.
Okay,
9 bam. 8 crack. Green. 7 dot.
let's see. Okay, so I'm going to get this out.
5 bam. Stop. 8 dot. Red.
Wow. Okay, now I feel better. Okay, now I am in a very good position, very well set. I can call every part of this hand. The flower, the 4-dot, and the soap. And I am now going to get out my 1-dot because there are none out there. There are no 4 cracks out, but I have to. And I don't mind holding pairs for a little while that I don't need in case somebody's using them and somebody else throws the 4 crack and they call it with a joker. I could kind of grab a joker, or I throw a 4 crack and they do a joker and I get it, whatever. I'll hold it. But this one I think is more of a priority.
1 crack.
Nobody called it. That's a good thing.
So,
All right, I'm going to call my pung.
call.
Now I have to get rid of one of these.
4 crack. Joker swap. 1 crack.
Somebody grab my soap that quickly.
1 crack. 9 bam.
There's my 4.
No.
All right,
9
now I need a joker or a flower.
9 bam. 8 bam. 6
Or a
bam.
joker swap.
8 crack.
There's no 6s up there yet, right?
Left. Joker swap.
Oh,
3 crack.
really? Really?
5 bam. 2 bam. Call. South.
All right, we've got 2s and 6s up. We can't really tell right now what anybody's doing.
9 bam.
This could be, there's 2 out already.
8 crack. 6 crack. Call. 7 bam.
Ah, okay. So maybe he's playing 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 3 8 cracks out already.
Hate that.
He's doing that.
Wow.
Hate that.
Or 2, 4, 6, 8 with the 3 suits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Okay, that's probably
8
what.
dots.
Well, wait a minute.
Right.
There's 2 8 dots out too. Dang.
May have jokers.
Yeah, exactly. Jokers help.
4 crack. North. 9 crack.
Now it's just a race to see who,
Red. 7
if
dot.
somebody's going to give me
Call.
my
2
flower. Oh, 7 dot. Are there any out there? Oh, the joker's not available.
Green. 2 crack.
All right, 3 bam feels and sounds new to me, and it is. So maybe Kurt is playing a 3 6 9 something. Let's see.
3 bam. East.
Nope.
8 crack. 1 bam.
Okay.
3 bam. 8 bam. 4 crack. 3 dot.
I think somebody should throw me a flower. You think so? 9 dot also. 32 tiles left. We're in the end game. We're in the last wall. That is very likely needed by one of these 2 players here on my left or right. But
9
I
dot.
want to win.
2 dot.
There we go.
2 crack.
So 7 and 9 dots. Third hand down. That's the only one with the pungs, right? Or it could be 7, 8, 9 with flowers, the run. And there's 2 8 dots out, but he could have more jokers.
5 bam. East. 8 dot.
Oh, wow.
Call. 3 dot.
Ah. Now I'll be interested to see if he's doing 5 7 7 9. Now, if he's doing 5 7 7 9, let's see. 5 bams are how many out? 2 are out, 2 are on the table. And 7 bams, 1,
Could be
Three.
3, 3. Oh my God, I missed those 2 at the first row. Thank you. Wow. So I'm kind of thinking he was playing 7 8 9. Well, it'll be interesting. Look at all these tiles that I don't need going
4
out.
bam.
Okay, let's see. Am I going to be
Yeah, throw
A
it. You don't-
bam.
nothing
cracks.
worried about there?
Left. 2 bam.
Oh, God. This is not
3
fun.
dot. 1 dot. 1 bam. 5 dot. 5 dot. Green.
Nobody's gonna throw me a flower because Amistad needs them and probably Kurt. And there's, how many were out? 3, right? In the
And
beginning?
that's why they got rid of them early.
Uh-huh.
7 bam. Mah Jongg.
Mm,
Mmm.
The wind.
news with 6 of
Wow, the winds. Look at that. There were not a lot of winds going out either, so that was a good, oh my goodness. Okay, so he was playing 5, 7, 7, 9 with cracks. And only 1 joker, and he had the flower. Look at that. He was holding onto my flower, and so was Annie. How dare they do that to me? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Well, being on call for Mahjong, having a good hand is still fun. Fun. You don't always have to win.
First
Let's
Charleston.
see now what we have. No jokers, but we got 3,
Big
a
green.
pond of greens and 2 flowers. Wow. Okay. So right away, we have to think about something with dragons, right? So we could hang on to the BAMs and think about some kind of a run coming in. Maybe the 2 and 4 rather than the 7, because those are, we could do 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, whatever. We could hold on to the wins, but yeah, we could hold on to the wins, but then what I hate about that is that the dragons are good with the flowers in that category, and the wins are good with the dragons without the flowers. I meant to say the dragons are good with the flowers, but I didn't say that. Let's see, what else might we do? We have like numbers. We have like numbers with 2s. So we could always keep the 2 because we already have 1, 2. Okay, you can't keep everything unless anybody has something absolutely crazy that you see. I'm going to make an executive decision that I'm not going to keep my 1. I'm going to break up this. I'm going to get rid of the 7, and I'm going to break up and get rid of one of the wins. That's what I'm going to do. We'll see. Maybe I'll regret it. Oh, I got another one of these. So actually, I might have wanted to keep, no, this other 7. If I wanted to do the bottom hand for like numbers, now I have to think about getting the dot. Even if I had kept the 7 crack, which in hindsight, I probably should have kept it. But if I were to keep that, I need to get a 2 dot to do the bottom hand under any like numbers. I got my flowers. So
And you got your dragons.
I got my dragons. Yay. All right.
Halfway there.
Yeah, halfway, right. Not, well, I need the 2 dots though. And then with the I may get more dragons, you never know, but let's do this. Oh my God. Look at this. I got a 1. I mean, that run is not looking like it's going to be very promising at all. So I'm gonna do this, this, and maybe this. I don't know. I got it. I need a lot of help. The 7 bam keeps coming back. Okay, continue unless there's 2 of them out there. But again, I need another, the opposite suit. I need a dot and a like number. So I'm going to keep this because that gives me an option of like numbers with 2s or 1s. I'm going to get rid of this.
Not with a bam.
What? Oh, right. Hold on. So that's not a good idea. You're right. I don't need the bam. Either one of the bams don't work for that.
Mhm.
Nope. Neither one of those work. I don't need to do 2 wins, so it doesn't matter. This one I could keep in case I get a 1 crack. That would make sense. Okay, so I'll do that. God, there's a lot to keep track of in this game, man. This like puts your brain on fire, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I got another win. All right. Did I get another suit though if I wanted to? Okay, so at least I got 1 more win toward the second hand down under Winds and Dragons. Woohoo! Big deal. This is not looking pretty. Okay. It really isn't. That's 7 bam. I can't get rid of that thing. I think there's 2 of them.
Ugly.
Oh, it's fugly. All right.
Courtesy pass.
Look at this. There were 2 7 bams out. Could there be 3? All right. Well, I'm going to do 3. I don't think anybody's playing with the wins, so I'm kind of feeling confident to get rid of the 3 that I just got. And I'll do it. Maybe I'll get something new.
9 dot.
Not.
So,
There goes the soap.
north. 1 crack. 7 bam.
There's a 7 bam.
East.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
West.
there's my 2 suits. There's my hand, bottom hand under any like numbers. Is
Mhm.
it guaranteed? No, but it's a hand and it's every piece of it. Back
Yeah.
up, keeping the red dragon. Maybe I'll get more dragons. Never know.
5 crack.
And I need a few jokers.
Call. 6 dot.
Okay, let's see. We got a 5 crack up for grabs. Okay, I just got another 7 crack in.
9 dot. Joker swap. 3 dot.
Oh man, they're beating me out to it. Up, second soap.
1 bam.
All right, I don't need that, but I'm gonna hold it for right now. You never know. Well, actually, I will need it if I were to play the wins, but I would need, now that 2 soaps went out,
2 bam.
I need a little bit of help
3
with
crack.
some
8 dot.
jokers. Okay, let's see, get rid of
8
that.
crack. 5 bam. 4 crack. 7 crack.
Hey, you need that.
Wow, I need that baby, but I can't call it because I got no jokers. So, you know, that's an example of why it's good to get tiles out early, right there. If that person held that 7 crack thinking that there's none out and I need to hold it, then by the time they do throw it, I could have a joker to cover that 7 crack or another 7 crack. So they just made it harder for me to make my hands. I now need a joker to cover my 7 cracks. So smart thinking.
8 bam. South. 5 dot. 7 bam.
There's a 7 bam again.
3 bam. 3 bam. 6 bam.
Where have all the jokers gone?
9 crack.
Wow, wow, wow. Let's see what's not out there. The 1 dot's not out. I'll get the 1
1
dot
dot.
out.
7 bam.
What she's doing.
1 dot. North.
And there's no 6 cracks out, so I'll do that one.
6 crack, 2 bam,
And
8 crack, 9 bam,
wow. 1 5 dot out, there's 8 dot out, 2 crack out. They're all out right now. So
5
They're all
dot, 9
even
crack,
Steven as far as what's priority.
9 dot, 4 bam,
And that's out too. So again, all
1
priority.
bam,
Yeah,
9 crack.
I don't love it when I don't have a lot of different choices of what I could play. There goes a 7 dot. So
crack,
it's getting a little harder. There's a joker.
8 dot,
I need
2 dot,
at least one more joker at this point, if not a lot more.
call, north,
2 dot. Is there a 2 dot up for grabs? Yes, there is.
5 dot,
All right, that makes me feel a little bit better, and I'll get that 2 crack out right now, and then
2
I better
crack,
get that
call,
flower
9 bam,
out soon.
west, joker swap, south,
Again, everybody's getting my. Okay, so if they put up a joker with this, which chances are there's not going to be. I bet it's going to call a pung. Somebody's going to call a pung. Let's get it out and see. Or do I want to keep it for that wind and dragon? I could hold it for a little bit more. I still have a little bit of comfort in getting it out at the beginning of that last wall. So I'll get rid of the 6 bam. I'm going to
6
hold
bam,
on to it.
9
Just,
bam,
okay, so that's a good reason to get those tiles out. If I held that 6 bam, there was only 1 out. I'm getting that guy more set up. Now he's playing what? 2 4 6 8, either with 2 suits or 3 suits. So now we know. We got your number.
east, 9 dot,
Oh, okay. Now I'm feeling a whole lot better.
Right.
Get rid of the red.
I have to. I have no choice. Who's going to call it? Probably nobody.
red, 3 crack, south, 1 dot,
8 bam. Uh-oh. Son of a gun.
Put out.
8 bam, call,
Ah,
center,
son of a gun.
west, 7 dot,
Ah. Okay. So that is Kong. And what am I getting? Oh, I have to get rid of the flower. Okay.
Right.
So,
Someone just threw one,
call,
so.
flower, 5 dot, 2 crack,
So now I'm ready for Mahjong. I'm set for Mahjong. We'll just have to see what happens
down.
here. And
so
that was 2 of those went out
8 dot,
early.
7 crack,
And there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Majcon,
Finally got 1 game.
Congratulations.
Jeez, that was like pulling teeth. They're tough competitors. It's a lot different playing the beginner bots or the intermediate bots. Trust me, you win a lot more games.
Yeah.
If you want to challenge yourself, then you're really playing against strategic players. It's a lot harder. So, okay, we got one. I think we have time for 1 more.
first Charleston,
2 jokers. I love that. But no duplicates. No duplicates. Okay, so I usually will start, let's just start looking at like numbers just for the heck of it and see what we have. So we have those like numbers, which is nice in a way because they're evens. So if I wanted to add the 6 dot to it, we've got the evens there. And then I could keep those babies. So I have no duplicates, so I have to kind of like just pick pieces from the categories, right? So I keep the 2-8 cracks. Maybe I could work in like numbers. I'll keep the 2-4 dots. Maybe I'll work in like numbers. I'll keep the 6 dot because it's an even number with the others that are even, or maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, and keep the dragons, which could be used in 2, 4, 6, 8, or any like numbers. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I could think about 3, 6, 9, but I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna do that right now, see what happens. Now I got 2 more like numbers, but I got a red. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of these, and that's a beautiful pass, but I don't want to give up unless I want to just go ahead and concentrate on the like numbers and the dragons. Again, that category, weird. Yeah, let's see. Let's see, there's a hand in 2, 4, 6, 8 with the opposite dragons, but I'm so far from getting the pairs for that and stuff. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna do, you know what? No matter what I pass, it's gonna be a pretty pass. So I'm gonna do this. And I'm just doing it. It's a green. Okay. Now I got 2 more like numbers in sixes. Okay, let's work this out in our heads here. We got to figure this out. Okay, so the second hand down. Oh my God. Or the third hand down. Or even again, Winds and Dragons, second hand down. And there were hardly any winds going around, so I wouldn't even be considering that concealed hand under Winds and Dragons. So I'm going to go here. I mean, how much can I keep? 2, you know? Do that, nothing. I'm going to continue, and I'm just going to stick with what I'm doing.
Charleston.
I'm just going to stick in here. 6, 7, 6, 7. Nope. I'm just going to stick it out. So hopefully nothing, like nothing coming in. 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. Do I want to hold this?
Yeah, that's what I saw before you did your first pass. You had one
Oh,
then.
yeah, I did. So I have to keep this as a backup. So that's a pretty pass if I do keep that 7, 8, 9 with for the matching dragons, right? It's a pretty pass.
Mhm.
It only hurts for a second. Nothing.
Garbage.
Yeah, the only thing that is a plus is if I do the 7s, now I only have to worry about getting the 7 dots. So what do I do here? So now I can do this, and this, and still keep 7 crack, 8 crack, 9 crack with the reds, and give me a shot at getting. Where are those 7 BMs that were coming around last time? Oh, tons of them.
Courtesy pass.
Oh, look. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Last hand down under any like numbers, but I mean, not last hand down, second hand.
Right.
I could call the 7 crack or the 7 BM, but I definitely need to get another pick or 2 to help that 7 dot. I'll probably let a 7 crack or 7 BM go if they come out early. So Don't be shocked. Okay, I'm gonna do 3, and I'm not gonna keep the 7, 8, 9 at this point, because I wanna, if I
Right.
got a 7, if I got a new tile in, I could get one more, so I'm gonna do 3,
4 dots.
but I didn't. But that's okay. All right, let's see what happens.
Flower. Call, 8 dots.
Ah, look at that. 4 flowers.
2 dots. Flower. 2 dots. 6 dots. East. So. 7 crack.
Okay, so there's 1 7 crack. I'm letting it go right now because there's still 2 more. I know it sounds crazy, but you
Yeah.
just don't know. I could end up getting a flower. I could end up getting another dragon and switch out into winds and dragons. I'm going to hold on just until the next one goes out. There's still 2 more in there. How many of you would call it?
Nope.
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 No.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
West. Red.
Okay, well, I'm not getting that
1
one.
dot. 5 dot. 2 dot. 2
Oh,
bound.
I should have gotten something else out that was fresher than the 2 dot because there was already one out there.
6
I
dot.
wasn't paying attention.
3 crack.
6 bam went out, 1 dot has not, so I'm gonna get the 1 dot
1
out.
dot. 5 crack.
Let's see, 4 is out, 8 is not out.
8 dot. 2 dot.
Okay, so the 8 crack I'll get out.
8 crack. 4 bam. 2 bam. 9 bam.
And I think the 2 crack is not out yet. So I'll do that. And then I can duplicate.
2 crack. 8 crack. Call, 5 dot.
All right, we've got 8 cracks and we've got a couple jokers up for grabs.
4 crack.
That's nice.
2 bam. 8 dot. 3 crack. 3 dot.
That'll help me make a different decision. Look at that.
8 dot. 3 dot.
Could have saved that safe tile.
Which one?
The 8 dot.
Oh, well, yeah, I could have. You're right. Honey, I taught you too good, honey.
3
Jeez.
bam.
I'm gonna let you
I'm
run the
your
next
worst-
show.
I'm
Yeah.
your worst nightmare.
I know, I'm telling you, but you're right. He
Yeah,
thought there
nice.
were 3 8 dots out. Okay, advanced thinking, and said I should have held the 8 dot and gotten rid of something else. Okay, I missed that. Look at that. Okay, both of these are out, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that.
6 bam. 9 dot.
So now I can actually put this with this. And this with this. And, come on,
Right.
and this can go with either,
Anywhere.
anywhere, anywhere.
9 dot.
Call any 7.
9 crack,
9 crack. 2 bam. Flower. 3 dot. 6 dot. 3 dot. 1 dot. 9 dot.
whoa,
You're on call.
whoa,
4 dot. 5 dot.
all right.
9 dot.
So now I need a 7, a joker, a 7 crack, or a 7 dot.
Right.
3 ways.
9 bam. 4 crack. 1 crack. South. Call, so.
All right, so now we've got 4 flowers and the souse. So we know it can only be 1 hand,
Mm-hmm.
3rd hand down under Winds and Dragons. And wouldn't you know, this is what I get. But wouldn't you know, I'm taking a chance.
Left. 1 pack.
Woo!
Joker swap. 4 bam.
Why is everybody getting Joker
Yeah.
swaps but me? Oh,
Rats,
rat.
rats.
Oh my goodness.
7
The only
bam.
one you don't need.
Bam. 9 crack. 1 dot. 4 dot. 7 dot.
There
Aha.
we go.
That's it.
Mah Jongg.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Okay, well now let's let me go ahead and exit here or stop sharing, and we can open it up if there's anybody who has any questions about anything that went on. Unmute yourself if you have anything you want to share or any questions you want to ask about anything that went on, or this is your time. You can pick my brain, pick Randy's brain, pick Phyllis's brain, who's still here. Let me see where, I think I've got, who else is here? Sandra's still here? Hey, Rebecca, when did you pop in and sneak into here? Somewhere along the line.
I got in early on. I just didn't have my picture up.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, so anybody have anything they had, no questions? God, you guys, really? We got several people that have been watching in YouTube, so hello out there. I've been so concentrating on my hand, I forgot to say hi to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Anybody in YouTube have any questions or comments? You could put them in the YouTube chat. All right. Well, I mean, this was fun. I enjoyed it as always, and we'll see you back here next week. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, MahjCon, please do join. You get to rewatch videos. You'll get posts when new things go up. I have a lot of different video series that I'm going to be putting up. A beginner series from little, small, short videos from beginning to end, from starting with building the walls, breaking the walls, Charleston, all through the entire game phase. So that's going to be up there soon for anybody who's interested. And I guess I'll see you guys back next week. Until then, be safe, play a lot of Mahjong, get a lot of jokers, and thanks so much for joining.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thanks, Phyllis. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.